Mugasomi ya umwancho murigere rw'egeteseni kya Ndizi TV nabwo obwansu bwo Gusii no kwegana kwa nabina ritkoria ondigendrete ko bari toero kegima nane no gendrete kwego kya asoko bwatia emeroberionsi yeri tkoria rero namanga gendrete go korekana imeyense ya Kenya chinga kicharagire CHINSA ISANO nebere ekerongo kwarigania SMS ya AMAYIA erion kumanyebuna nara yena kwariganire asenchera ere yobwengenyoro buna sensemo ya Facebook nabo kugendra otonyaro witira Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube tunyarwetera Ndizi TV News nabo igo ase website yaito nabo kuyasoma wetera www.ndizitv.net eriyo togendre gusanga asobwamo. Eritariane EVERYLENE OSERO uriyo koeneki achibicha nerio gicha wikira sentre ya bene nigakuru kwa Sara MOMANYI ngo kwariganio beko gusanga 9 komwerio iriyo tukumanyebuna nara yaya bereka wateka asenchera yobwenge CHINSA ISANO na IBERE cha bono mubaso AMAYIA toko ya chaka bene awase umu inspector general bw'abanyanyimbo Jafet Kome agendrete ko bwatuka egekuru egetindi gochiase abasariane ne abonia bamarwa atancheri okwana somusangirekano bugoko bw'okurwanya marwa tancheri uyobeta ko kwarigani waburi tkoreigoro imeye county ya Mombasa ensemo ya Nyali kura wano mokonyi bo murayi wense Rigathi Gachagua komenigo atebire buna babekire merobereo yoko eneki abuna amarwa tancheri aberega kwera imense ya Kenya asatere buna babisa kurwa sensemo yoburendi nigo barachie gotinga kegima asoko eneki abuna obosari obo bwabeire bogoika omerio nigo nonya nabo aganirie amaunchurerio gokorekana ko bwatkana nebintu byagakoreko rwa chinga kichamaega erioko rwa chinga kichinyororo asomurobero yogoikiranwa asenchera ebwenerete anena saruro koboya uchase serikali kobeka amonchorira asoko bwatwa wage license uchase baria bakonia ebinyuwe byo gotindia asaganirie chi license echiyo chibe chiko bwatwa kwa sensemo yoburendi natari korwa serikali church county.
Those drug barons ni kushikwa na kutupwa nyuma ya Land Cruiser, not Subaru anymore. Na USRS imefika pahali sijui hizi face mask tumeruhusu mabusu akienda kotini anaweka face mask, anaweka goggles kubwa, anaweka kofia hata ujui sura mpaka tufikirie. Hizo face mask si tuwaone wakienda kotini. At least hiyo punishment kidogo kuonekana na kila mtu. Sasa naona USRS wengine wamenyamaza sijui kama wanataka tuendane na face mask. Tuende na hizi kofia, but lazima tu wapate aibu. So Your Excellency, we must change the way we have been doing things. We must be ruthless if we want to save the society. Kwa sababu our vijana, and you have had the age group 35 and below, they don't care. Hii mambo ya ma-governors license mambo ya hii pombe. This is a security matter. Watu wetu wanakufa. Lakini governor akiwa pale kusema ukweli yeye anaangalia kura. Anaangalia votes, anaangalia revenue. So the security aspect inasaulika. Your Excellency, ninge request labda sheria ibadilishwe. Hii mambo ya licensing ya these outlets za pombe
N'abanyanyimbo imense ya Kenya nabo igaba usaba burendi abo bagokora imirima sechichera au imense ya Kenya nigo barachikonyora okomentwa kwemesara yabo asekerengo kemeronkene igoro yemia uchakira mutienyi ogatano na kabere umwaka w'ibibere na meronko eberenene nakorengana n'umurikyo monene ase wizara y'oburendi bw'ime Raymond Molo nigo murobero yorachiye go ikiraniwa ase chintunda isato asatere buna ayo eyo negate ya maganyo ayo bwenerete kwa wari bagaritangani korengana norboti kuroyo soyo kabeire omunachebino monene David Maraga asatere buna abanyamaganyo spi abanyanyimbo nigara chikorigereriwa eriyo kweneki abuna banyorire chinga kinyororo cyo kwikirania obokoreri bwabo asenchera ebwenerete asogotinyo borendi imeyense ya Kenya.
There has been ongoing discussions to address the gaps that are there, particularly within the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service. We've been able to break down those recommendations and prioritize what needs to be implemented immediately, what needs to be implemented in the medium term, and also what will take 2 to 3 years to actualize. And while at it, we have also been then able to isolate a few of those recommendations that would require policy guidance. There are engagements towards improving not just the infrastructure, but also capacity building of the officers that work with us within.
Habe obisa bo burendi asekerengo kia OCS abatinirite asebitaseni abya banyanyimbo nikorwase orogongo ruwa Rift Valley nigo bagendrete nege ikaro giokonyora obosemia igoro yogotinya ebirengo byobokoreri asebitaseni bya banyanyimbo asege ikarekyo gosomusangire karo yokagere koira amatuko 14 oyoso aritkoria kabere asiritkoria rero bare Imeye County ya Nakuru nigo barengete gukwanira amangana ao yarengete gukinia ayo yarengete gukinia obokoreri nabo igo ebirenko byoborendi anene ase orogongo rwa Rift Valley ekreya rokanire buna oborendi bwabere bokwira na inse koirera obosaria bwekingenjo ao nege karbo igo kerengete go konya abo bisabu nabo igo abananchi asokobeka goseo kinia ebirenko byobokoreri asensemo yoborendi asabatere buna bakeroge karekyo kerabege koera nigo barachie koreta amonchuria manene asensemo yoborendi.
Madhumuni ya kufanya mafunzo kama haya, tunatarajia hao maafisa mnaona wamekaa hapa tayari ni maafisa wanaosimamia vituo vya polisi kama OCS, so tunataka kuwafunza ndio wakitoka hapa wawe na mwelekeo mzuri wakati wana conduct their business, wakati wana run station zao wanakuwa na ile ujuzi ya kwamba kutumikia wananchi kwa njia inayofaa. Yatatufaa sisi wote kama kikosi na wananchi kwa jumla watafaidika, sababu OCS sasa atakuwa na ataongeza katika ile ujuzi yake yako nao ambao alifunzwa wakati aliandikwa wakati alipata madaraka ya OCS. Sasa atakuwa na ujuzi mwingi zaidi katika ile Kurani station yake.
Kutigana na mangana y'uburendi ni gotokorgereria mangana y'obochenu awase abakenya bono bagochiago chaka wakanera umurobiro bobobwenya o Social Health Insurance Fund SHIF ochaka chita etarike ya moyo mutenyi o 5 na kabere o mwako yoiga aya nigago chamagaga y'umurobiro bogosangirire birengerero kurwasa abananchi kubwatikana nariyaganirie asomurobero yiga gokorekana na gwika omweryo asibonera ngane yora chigo ikiwabo bwebunge eryo wancheranwa na boigo wetiwa omoroberio bwo kwerikia ase kadi yo ya SHIF nigo boigora chake mutinyo gatatu omwako yoga korengana no muwaziri bobochenu Susan Nakumicha nigo abereka gotogia omoroberio nakoba omoroberio omuyakegima ekerekorengani wa nemeroberio ende asatere na mukenyo ndebwensi taligo chia kunererwa asaba Kenya bokonyora waise barachiwa kana chiringi 13 nabalia bakokora mirimo ase serikali gochia kunachwa ekirengo y'ikibesa eryo gokonya asogusira omuroberio yo.
Yes, you have put a transition committee to be able to take us from NHIF to SHI. That transition committee needs to be more inclusive, and I will not be wrong to say, Madam CS, that the county government is not represented in this committee. Remember, the county government are the ones that have got claims of NHIF that are pending bills at NHIF, and NHIF is not paying because they have no resources. If they have resources, they have no permission to use them. Some of you are looking at me and saying, this man is talking about county government. Those patients we are talking about, they are your patients. The money we are talking about, reimbursement, it is your money.
The benefit package that we have now has never been had in this country before. It is the best as a base package. And this package is not discriminating anyone. The president, the governors, cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, members of our parliament, and mamambogas, we have the same package, all of us.
This is a very important exercise. But did you know that an investment in primary care can pay off ninefold in healthcare costs. And according to the World Bank study, for every $1 invested in preventative and early intervention services, a country can save $9.
Omusangirekano ogatano narimo bw'okurenda amazingira bw'obumo bw'ekinse nigo swali tukoria kabere ime yomochi o Nairobi oyoretramo ababwatani korwase kinse awane nase orogongo rwa Afrika gukwana nigo mu waziri bw'ebitoetana ineso ipani tu yaberega kugokera umurubiro yo na otababuna asoko bwatrana negati y'ekinse nigo korachigokonya ase oburendi bw'amazingira na nenego konya gukora imechando aho yakoretwa kubwatkana nogonchoreria kwerire.
With only 6 years remaining towards the Sustainable Development Goals, UNEA 6 comes at a time when the world is also called upon to accelerate the implementation of the UN 2030 Agenda if we are to stay course on sustainable development. Unfortunately, for millions in the developing regions of the world, including here in Africa, poverty still remains a reality, a daily reality, while economic inequality is increasing globally. As you all know, the world economy is still struggling to fully recover from the effects of COVID-19 amid disruptive conflicts and wars. It is against this backdrop that the world will be looking to us here in Nairobi this week to renew hope. And hope we must provide as we consider the 17 draft resolutions guided by the overall theme of UNEA 6, effective, inclusive, and sustainable multilateral actions to tackle climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Excellencies and distinguished guests, I'm also proud to inform you that in Kenya, we are doing our part to support the work of UNEP and to meet our local and international obligations on environmental management and climate action. In September last year, Kenya hosted the first ever Africa Climate Summit here in Nairobi, which adopted the African Leaders Nairobi Declaration on Climate Change.
Umuroberio o G7 uyokuba bwatani abangi n'abagavana kurwase chi county ISANO na IBERE imeyense ya Kenya yore county ya Kirinyaga kuragwa n'umugavana Anne Waiguru, Susan Kihika bwe county ya Nakuru, Gladys Gwanga bwe county ya Homa Bay, Wavinya Ndeti bwe county ya Machakos, Kawira Mwangaza bwe county ya Meru, Fatuma Chani bwe county ya Kwale na Waigo Sisili Mbarire bwe county ya Embu nigo chakiwe bene ime ye county ya Homa Bay asenchire moyo koeneke abona babere bakurwanira abasbati erikoeneke abona babere bakwenyora ribaga anena se birogo ebinene ase oburayigo kwana ase umusangire gose w'umurobero yo obeta gukoragwa no mugavana we county ya Kirinyaga Anne Waiguru nigatete buna ase chinga kinyinge niga abasbati babere bagotikara magegana korende chine chinga ki bachakire bene umurobero bokoeneke abona abasbati abange babere bakubwataniwa asokurwanirira ebirogo au byabangina askari baterera nigo barachikogendera kurwa obosemia igoro yo konyora amabaga soburai egati yamabagande ase ense ya Kenya.
For the Women Governors Caucus, as you have heard, and a significant milestone in our pursuit for gender equity and inclusiveness in government. This strategy is a result of extensive consultations amongst us with a diverse range of stakeholders. We have been talking on what are the strategies we put together to increase the number of women governors from G7 now to G16. And we realized that if we just keep talking about increasing the number of women governors, we will not get there unless we come up with a clear and concise strategy. And the strategy number one was to support women governors who are already elected.
The G7 strategy that we have come here for a pre-launch of is a celebration of how far we have come, but is also the realization that if we do not pull together and put our efforts together and hold together as those who have already gotten there, we are likely to even start sliding backwards rather than moving forward. So the G7 is a realization.
Omabunke o Kikuyu ibaigoro muraibwa barabanga sebunke nene Kimani Chungwa nigabaine keria bamenyi bo ensemo ya Narok oborendio botingu bweri nani ria maugo kwana sensemo ya Narok South nigatebire buna obosario bonene bwabere bogo korekana aseri nani erio asaberega kwegererengana yogoserwa kwabantu korwase rinani notana nasekerenka yokorenda amazinkira nigaruro kuboria ucyasibaria bagenderete komenya enseme yoko nganya abatari kuganya serikali yabege kubanganya nabo igogo tebe kubaganya kugendera kurinda amazinkira nabo igogo gukora emechando au buna omurakera uyoberego kwenekiwa ase chinseme cyo kurengana kugose korengana n'oburendio bube bwa mazingira.
Sio siasa ya uchochezi, sio siasa ya ukabila. Tuangazie mambo ambayo yanahusu mwananchi wa kawaida. Hiyo kiangazi ni sababu ya sisi kuingia na kuvamia misitu na kuharibu mambo ya mazingira. Si kuna umuhimu basi tuzingatie mazingira yetu. So nitawaomba mambo ya Mau sisi wote bila kujali kabila, bila kujali mtu anatoka wapi, wenye wako kwa msitu tukubali kutoka kwa msitu, tulinde mazingira yetu ili mambo ya kiangazi ikae nyuma yetu.
Mimi nataka kuambia hata wale wa Kipsigis wako Bomet pale, wakati walikuwa wanapiga kura walifikiria watarudi Mau. Wacha mambo ya ndimama. Iko rais sasa na hakuna kurudi Mau. Na hata kama kuna Wamasai wako ndani ya msitu wa Mau watolewe. Lakini mpaka ionyeshwe ya kwamba ni mpaka hapa. Wananchi waishi mashamba yao, wale wako kwa msitu wote watolewe. Na usikuje kuinsight watu ati imefanywa kwa sababu ya mama. Ni wakati imefika ya kwamba rais wa hii nchi ambaye ni conservationist namba 1, yeye ndio Africa.
Mwanchu mulgeria narana kwariganirete asemesema ya CHINSA ISANO na IBERE senchira erejo wenge kore na ntumira ne chikoraga CHINSA 10 eriyo nkomanyie amange asenchira erejo wenge mbya munasi bale bonse mugenderete go torigereria bali mugenderete gotobwati CHINSA mo chimitandao to kubakira ngambya mono asesemo ya Facebook kendra gotonyara wetera Ndizi TV News Digital asesemo ya YouTube Ndizi TV News na se website ito nabako ya somo wetera www.ndizitv.net eriyo togendre gusanga asobwamo iritriane EVERYLENE OSERO Sara MOMANYI neroine kiachibicha nirio gicha wikira senchira yabene gukuganiria uburigereri boro bya semero bire kubwatya naboigo umubaso oromoterero tumerane chikoraga CHINSA 10.